I think we may see a world of more strikes, that we have an administration and Congress that's sympathetic to unions, and I think that's part of the process. They did cut a deal, but it's going to get passed into prices, into everything. So that's what happens when wages go up. I think there's still a long way for wages to go up with this tight labor market.
And that was former IMF chief economist Ken Rogoff on this program last week, predicting more labor strikes are on the way after the Biden administration says it struck a tentative deal between freight companies and unions to avoid a potentially crippling strike on the economy. Joining me right now is the CEO of FreightWaves, Craig Fuller. FreightWaves is the only freight-focused organization that delivers a complete and comprehensive view of the freight and logistics market. Craig, it's good to have you. Thanks very much for being here.
Maria, thanks for having me.
So the rail workers are set to vote on this tentative deal on Thursday. If any of the 12 rail unions fail to ratify a new contract, thousands could be headed for the picket lines. What are you expecting?
Well, I do expect it to get passed. It was a big win for the union and for labor. If the consequences of it not being passed, and I think this was largely the pressure from the federal government, particularly Joe Biden, is that if it didn't get passed, we're talking about catastrophic economic consequences, because the things that the railroads haul aren't largely finished goods, but they're largely the raw materials, things like energy and food and ag. Those products are the ones that are seeing significant inflation, but they're also critical to the livelihood of everyone. And so I think the consequences of not passing or having a strike would be tremendous in terms of economic and inflation.
Oh, absolutely. If we have a strike of rail workers on top of everything else that is going on, you can bet we'll get a recession sooner rather than later, and a steep one. But I guess what I'm wondering is, what are they going to agree to? They want a 14.1% raise in wages. If that flies, why won't every other industry go on strike? Why won't we see other unions say, I want a 14% raise as well? Doesn't that represent even more stimulus? And didn't the stimulus take us to 40-year highs in inflation?
Yeah, for sure. And that's what's causing inflation is largely labor costs, because we've seen a lot of the input costs with energy and agriculture products actually cool off. So commodities are actually cooling off, but labor rates are continuing to accelerate. I think, one of the good news about the railroads is that they can absorb some of the labor increases because they are incredibly profitable. But the more worrisome impact is some of the less profitable parts of the economy, particularly trucking and other industries that are going to look at this, and largely the labor movement is going to be empowered. And I think this is not so much about the railroad specifically, but it's more worrisome about other industries that will look at this as a sign that labor has an enormous amount of power. And unfortunately, because there aren't a lot of alternatives for certain industries, particularly the ports, we're sort of going to have to deal with this and just face the reality that labor has a lot more power today than it has in the past 2 decades.
No, that's what the administration has done. They're giving the unions the power, and exactly what you're saying is taking place on the West Coast right now. The West Coast port labor talks have stalled between the maritime executives and the unionized dock workers. Shipping industry officials are worried that the negotiations could take months to resolve, causing even more supply chain disruptions. Just last week, Seattle dock workers prepared for possible picketing. Craig, what's going on there? They say they want the government to get more involved in these port talks, but are we going to see the same thing? They want a 14% raise for the rail workers. Why wouldn't the port workers want 14% wage increases?
I mean, if you're running a union out at the ports, if you're a member or a union executive, you're going to push for that because it's now accepted that that is sort of the norm. And I think the problem that we've got is when you have industries like the ports and like the railroads, where these are heavily concentrated companies with very specific infrastructure, but they're effectively utilities, is when labor has the ability to sort of take down that industry, it not only potentially puts pressure on the companies, but more worrisome, it puts pressure on the entire economy. And we've seen what happens when supply chain disruptions happen on the West Coast over the past year. It is a worrisome thing.
For sure. All right, we will leave it there. Craig, it's great to get your insights on all of that. This certainly will have an impact on the economy, and we'll be covering it up until Thursday when we get that rail worker vote. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Maria.